evening, and welcome back to IBUS News at 5. I'm Veronica Cofford.
And I'm Jane Sun.
Our lead story tonight, the optimistic change in Spain's unemployment rate.
What factors made this possible?
Where does this put Spain compared to the rest of the world's unemployment?
And what should we expect from the future?
To begin, a brief look at the history of Spain's unemployment rate in relation to its economy. Between 2000 and 2009, Spain accounted for around 30% of all new homes built in the European Union, and most of its economy was and continues to be based around tourism and construction. There was a very high demand from foreigners to build summer and retirement homes. During the early 2000s, Spain's unemployment rate remained fairly stable, around 2 million individuals. Because Spain's job market was so heavily labor-focused, it was hit hardest when the housing market crashed in 2007 and 2008, causing a massive increase in unemployment.
Throughout the late 2000s, Spain's unemployment rate continued to skyrocket, and in the second half of 2013, it hit a record high of 27.1%. As the jobless total grew to just over 6 million people, there was a drastic decrease in the number of workers in the public sector, which account for a large portion of the unemployment rate increase. Around 10% of all Spain homes were left without a breadwinner.
A major turning point was the implementation of the labor market reform, which led to less rigid laws on firing employees and regulations on components such as severance pay, so it increased the probability of being hired with a permanent contract and reduced the speed of job destruction among those temporary workers. Although the labor market reform led to significant wage moderations affecting the standard of living, it caused a net increase in long-term stable jobs in the second half of 2014. Some economists even estimated that had the reforms not taken place, the Spanish economy would be providing around 1 million less jobs and the unemployment rate would be 5.1% higher.
The end of 2017 showed the unemployment rate at 16.55%, a slightly increase from the first half of the year, but still drastically lower than years prior, an accomplishment for their economy. But in terms of where Spain stays compared to the rest of the globe, they still have a long way to go. Let's take a look at how the other side of the world is doing.
Data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics shows that by the end of 2017, U.S. unemployment fell down to 4.1%, which is close to its lowest ever recorded level of 3.9%, which was in 2001. In contrast to Spain's labor market reform, analysts say that the United States' tightening labor market, which makes it harder to hire, is driving a broader slowdown in job creation. In the United States, construction and healthcare firms reported the strongest job gains, adding about 30,000 positions. Employment in manufacturing, an industry the United States has targeted for growth, also grew by about 25,000. However, retailers shed 20,300 jobs, weighing down the final tally. This sector, which accounts for about a tenth of the U.S. jobs, has been battered by the growth of online shopping and shifts in spending habits. Therefore, department stores such as Sears and Macy's closed hundreds of outlets last year and led to an increase in the goods bought by U.S. shoppers from overseas. As a result, such change has a great impact on the U.S. trade deficit when imports are higher than exports, which has actually risen to a level not seen since 2008.
Among the member states of the European Union, for the past years, the unemployment rate falling for which data is compared over time. The largest decrease were registered in Greece, from 23.2% to 20.5% between 2016 and 2017, Portugal from 10.5% to 8.2%, and Cyprus from 13.1% to 11%. The lowest unemployment rates in November 2017 were recorded in the Czech Republic, 2.5%, Malta and Germany, both 3.6%. The highest unemployment rate were observed in Greece, 20.5% in September 2017, and Spain, 16.7%.
Looking into the future of Spain, we can expect the country to show less growth than initially expected due to the crisis in Catalonia, but there will still be a net increase in jobs and a decrease in unemployment. Although hotel occupancy in Catalonia has dropped 20 to 30%, employment itself is expected to rise to 19.18 million in 2018. We should be optimistic of Spain's future economic growth and decreasing unemployment.
From all of us at IBUS News at 5, I'm Jane.
And I'm Veronica.
Good night, everyone.